Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I am George. We're all George. So Bitcoin's doing better today, above 66,000, and that's because there are some fantastic news. But before I get to that, look at that. Look at that hotel behind me. I wanted to stay there, but it was a little bit too costly. That's like a 6-star, 7-star hotel on top of a man-made island. I'd like to stay there next time out. But look at behind me. Look at this gorgeous view. Gorgeous view. But going back to Bitcoin, what's going on with Bitcoin? Well, today it was announced Hong Kong, it was rumored Hong Kong was going to approve the very first Bitcoin spot ETF and the Ethereum spot ETF, and they both have been approved. So definitely, after the news broke, definitely shot Bitcoin a little bit higher. So that's fantastic, right? Hong Kong and China, they want to make, or China specifically wants to make Hong Kong the hub, the crypto hub of Asia. And they decided, well, obviously the US got spot ETFs first for Bitcoin, but in terms of Ethereum, they are the first. But right now, as it stands, the timeline has not been set in terms of when trading will start. We know that Hong Kong also approved crypto trading, but after approval, still right now, as far as I know, no one's trading because none of the exchanges have gotten approval to operate yet, right? And it's been months upon months. So even though both Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs are now approved, I don't know when people will be able to buy them. So it may be a while. But like I said last week, the timing of this, you know, is not a coincidence. Obviously, obviously the officials know that we are days away from the halving event. So this is timed basically perfectly. And this is not the only good news that came out. Germany's largest federal bank, LBBW, decided that they want to be a custodian. They want a part of the action. They're going to be a Bitcoin and crypto custodian, and that's pretty bullish too. Like, I mean, literally every single bank, financial institution is trying to FOMO into Bitcoin at this point. They know the Pandora's box has been opened, right? The fact that we have Bitcoin spot ETFs in the US and Wall Street is embracing Bitcoin, everyone is trying to get in. It'll be stupid not to get in, right? It's the newest asset class, the hottest asset class, and honestly, the best asset class. So why would you not want a piece of it, right? So both of these news are fantastic. So Bitcoin is coming up a little bit. However, we still have two things to worry about. By the time you watch this, US market will probably open. I don't know if Grayscale will start selling again. I just don't, no one understands at this point, right? Like everything that Grayscale has been selling, we figured it's because DCG and Genesis, they needed to sell whatever, their bankruptcy things. Okay. But then last week, they kind of upped their sales again. So I don't know. No one seems to know. Hopefully that stops. That will definitely help. But we won't know until U.S. market opens. And the second thing is the war, right? Now Israel has come out and said that they will retaliate. And the U.S. is sitting idle, right? The U.S. is like, well, at least they said before, yeah, they're going to support Israel fully, but now they're trying to tell Israel, calm it down. But it seems like Israel's going to retaliate. I don't know what is going to happen, where this is going to go, and U.S., how we will be involved, right? And how much money we will be borrowing and printing to support the war efforts. So really don't know. So those two things are, of course, still they're question marks, right? But like I said before, if there is more borrowing, there's more printing of money. It's going to lead to higher inflation. That's no good. And more deficit. And it seems like the U.S. government just does not care about deficit right now. It's like we have no debt ceiling until 2025. We can basically print as much money as we want in the U.S. and not worry about it, right? But we all know that's simply not true. Inflation is a real thing. The last few inflation readings actually showed inflation ticking up, which is not what we want, right? So the way to hedge against inflation is to buy hard assets that have limited supply, like Bitcoin. Okay, you can You could also argue real estate or gold. Gold hit all-time high at 2,500. So I bet Peter Schiff is pretty happy. But it took how many years for Bitcoin? I mean, gold to hit all-time high. But yeah, you know, the best ways to hedge against inflation is basically by buying assets, limited, scarce assets, because as everything's driven higher by inflation, so will those assets, right? So whatever happens, stick with Bitcoin. But even if inflation does get controlled, which I think it's impossible at this point, Powell is doing what he can, but there's only so much he could do, right? Even that, we have the halving event, right? And I've been talking about that. We have, what, 3 days left until the halving event. We may not see something right away. Like I said, in 2021 or 2020, when we had the last halving event, we waited. We waited for a long time, you know, 6 months before something happened. So this time around, maybe it's the same thing. We already broke all-time high several times. Maybe after the halving event, we have to wait a little bit, or maybe we don't. We just start going up. The most bullish event is coming, and it's making me very, very, very bullish. So those are two good things. Well, more than two good things, but there are several things that happen that has helped Bitcoin come up and makes me bullish on Bitcoin. Now, several other news too. I know Solana, a lot of you guys are worried about Solana. The latest update with Solana is they do have a new patch. They tested it a few days, and they're telling all validators to update to this new software that should fix all the congestion issues. So that's fantastic. We need Solana to get back rolling again. Besides that, everything else is kind of smooth. You know, meme coins took a big dump recently, but now I'm seeing them starting to come back again. So that's fantastic. I had a bad experience today. Like, I'm here in Dubai because I wanted to attend Token 2049, right? That's the main event coming from Paris. But there was a prior event that started today called Blockchain Life. And I got my tickets like days ago, right? Or maybe last week. We applied, my team and I applied months ago. We got our tickets, we showed up, and they said our tickets don't work. And we're like, what? They have little help desk area, and those guys were just very non-helpful, rude, arrogant. I don't know why. And they wouldn't let us in, and it said our tickets canceled for whatever reason. So we wasted our time to go there, to wait 30 minutes, and then we just left. I called them out. I blasted them on X. What a clown show. Like, the organizer of that event, you know, they should never host another event again, honestly. Like, at least I didn't have to pay for the ticket, and at least that wasn't the sole reason why I came to Dubai, to go to that stupid conference. But there was a guy next to us that had problems getting in, and he said he has a booth. He paid $10K to have that booth. He showed up with his partner, and they said that somehow his ticket was already being used. And he's like, no, we're standing right here. And the people, the help desk person was like giving such attitude to this person. And he's like, what do you want me to do? I just showed up. He presented his identification. He has his ticket. They won't let him in. And he just gave up. And he paid 10 grand to have a booth. Like, again, Blockchain Life, stay far away from them. I'll never participate in any of their conferences again. What a clown show. But outside of that, I mean, you know, still looking forward to Token 2049. Everyone is very excited about them. So I'm still waiting for that. But we got a few days before then, a lot of side events, a lot of people to talk to. So I'm looking forward to them as well. But that's about it, guys. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin, with crypto, with memes, with everything after market open. Hopefully still good. Hopefully Grayscale stops selling. And more importantly, I guess we have to see what happens with the war. But the halving event is coming. It's coming very soon. So stay bullish, my friends. Smash it a like, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one. Take care. Bye.